Hey, Course Wizards, I'm Christopher Maselli, your Course Wizard, and I'm here with my fellow host, Course Wizard, Amit Aurora. How are you doing today, Amit?
That sounded like a tongue twister. I'm good, Chris. How
No,
are
no,
you? Happy
I'm
New
doing
Year.
good. Thank you. Happy New Year to you too. It is 2023, and you know what that means.
You are going to sell a lot more courses this year.
Yes, that is true, and you are too, because we are going to talk today about how to create an online course in 2023. And Amit and I have realized that there may be a lot of you who have not listened to the Course Wizards before. We've been around for a few years now, recording all about how to record online courses so you can teach anything online. And this is always one of our favorite podcasts that people love, is when we start the year off and share how we would build a course this year. So what do you think, Amit? Should we jump into it?
Let's get right into it and build some courses.
All right. The first thing you got to figure out is what you want to teach, right? You got to know what you want to talk about. And usually you want to pick something, of course, that you know a lot about, something that you can be an authority on. That doesn't mean you have to be the authority on it. You just have to know enough about it to be able to train others.
Yep.
And when you're able to do that, then we get into all this technical stuff that we're going to cover today. So
Yep.
the first thing you've got to do is pick a course platform. That is, there are online platforms that are made so that you can upload your videos or upload your audios or upload your text so that you can teach students how to do whatever you're trying to train them to do. And you may create courses that are long courses or short courses. They could be, like I said, video, audio, text, the payment processing, emailing the students. All of that is covered by the course platform. And in just a moment, we're going to go through some of our favorite course platforms. But just for now, it's suffice it to say, you need a course platform, don't you?
Yep. Agree. 100%. Apart from that, let's say you've picked a course platform like you mentioned, Chris. We're going to get into that in a minute about what are the different platforms out there that our viewers and listeners can choose from. Once you have that competition, your platform pick, now you're going to create your course. So the next thing that I think you and I agree on is check out the competition's courses, right?
Yes, yes.
Figure out what it is that they are selling. You don't always have to like copy. I mean, we're not saying copy it, but get inspiration from it and go through their funnel, break it down, see if there are any steps that you might be missing that they have covered.
Yeah. Yeah. Find out what are they teaching because many times there are things that they might have learned from their students that they need to know that you think, oh, I hadn't thought about teaching that. And you can teach it also. And yeah, it's not copying if you're giving it your own flair. You're just getting that idea of, oh, yeah, I need to include that item too.
Yep.
The other place you can get great ideas is by casting a wide net out there and looking at blogs on your topic, look at YouTube channels on your topic, go to where your audience hangs out. It might be in a Facebook group, it might be on a Reddit subreddit, something like that. Wherever your group is hanging out, go find out what they're talking about, what they're looking for, and then you kind of speak their language, right? Figure out exactly what their pain points are so that you can address those in your course.
So I can relate to this 100%. I recently, during our winter break, I told my wife, listen, I need a day to create a course on Chat GPT.
Yeah.
Created the course, but to get inspiration for the content of the course, I went into Chat GPT's Discord server, which has 100,000 plus people, and really hard to keep up with how fast the Discord chats scroll. But
Yeah.
that kind of refreshed my memory and gave me so many different ideas that I could cover in my course that my mind couldn't think of because my mind is thinking about Chat GPT from a blogging perspective or
Mhm.
my Salesforce perspective. And I don't have a bigger picture of what else can we ask this software to do.
Yeah, and it certainly opened your mind, gave you new ideas, and now you've got even more to teach because of that. And
Exactly.
and then after you've researched other communities, it's always a good idea to have in your mind the idea that you can build your own community. So wherever your people, your community hangs out, go ahead and create a group for them. It might be a Facebook group. It might be a community right on the platform that you use. Some of these platforms have the abilities to have communities on them. Could just be a community by email or by text. But whatever mode you use, you want to do whatever your community enjoys having because building that community is what's going to give you a lot more um, longevity
Yep.
as a course creator because then you can sell them more courses in the future.
Absolutely. Yep. All right. So let's get into the platforms then.
All
First
right.
one is our favorite, New Zenler.
Yes.
all-in-one platform, and then they just launched, I think, Chris, you saw my post. They just launched their email templates, which makes the sending of email a little bit more aesthetic. I still prefer plain Jane templates because that's what I see the industry grades do. So I'm not too fond of these pre-made templates that make your emails look so awesome, because to me plain converts better. But regardless, they've introduced that. They have community functionality, they have the checkout card, the order bump, the ups memberships, bundles, courses, they have it all. So video hosting included. So that's our number one pick for the platform.
That's been our favorite for really since episode one of Course Wizards. And it's partly because it is definitely the most affordable course platform for what they give you. It's the best bang for your buck. And they also do, you can do webinars on it. You can, this just, it's, and they even allow you to create 3 schools, not just one, but 3. So you can have 3 schools with multiple trainings on it. And so we love New Zenler, and we will put the link to that right in our broadcast notes. Yeah, if you're watching on video, Amit is actually wearing a New Zenler t-shirt. So yeah, it's a great platform. You definitely highly recommend it. Another one that's very popular is Teachable. I was actually with Teachable before I moved to New Zenler. What most people like about Teachable is that it is very user friendly. So it has a lot of very nice features that are very solid. It's fully built out. I think the downside compared to something like New Zenler is that it costs a lot more as you start to tear up, which makes me tear up. So that's why I ended up leaving them and went with New Zenler. But it is a good solid platform. It has a lot of features. And so it's worth checking out. Almost all of these platforms give you some kind of free option if you want to give it a test.
Yep. The next one on the list is Thinkific. That one, same thing like Teachable. It's a little bit more on the expensive side when Chris and I are recording this in 2023. New Zealand is still at 67 a month or 670 a year, which still gives you the 3 different schools instead of just one school, right? Thinkific, I think their
Yeah.
lowest plan is like 99 a month, or I think if you go the one below that, you're not really getting all the core features.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's right.
Thinkific is
And
the next one. What else do you have, Chris?
then there's Kajabi. Kajabi is a mammoth teaching platform that a lot of big celebrities use. A lot of people like Kajabi, but here's the thing about Kajabi and the reason so many people use it is because they have a very good affiliate program. And so a lot of people promote it because of the affiliate side of it. But the truth is, Kajabi, while it is a solid platform, it is expensive. If you want to have even just 3 products on there, okay, 3 products, it's $120 a month. If
That's
you
the
want to
cheapest.
have, that's the cheapest. If you want to go up from there, then it's 160 a month or it's $320 a month. Kajabi, while it is fully featured, and I've heard they have very good customer service, you definitely pay for it. And so again, you can try out, they give you a 14-day free trial. But I really think that this just personally, I think if you try it, you're going to end up moving to Think of it Teachable or most likely New Zenler if you try them all because of the bang you get for your buck. Although this next one that I was going to talk about has actually been gaining a lot of traction.
Yep. Thrivecart Learn Plus. So if you are a Thrivecart user, which is not to be confused with the Thrive Themes family of products,
I thought they
and
were the same for a long time.
yep, and I did too. And I read in one of the groups like they're not affiliated, but Thrivecart primarily started as a checkout platform, a cart platform that's used just for checkout. It's not a page builder, it's not a funnel builder. It excels at one thing, which is checkouts. And then slowly they kept adding features onto the platform itself just for the checkout cart. And lately, 6 months ago, they branched into, now we're going to allow you to host your courses, because they saw it makes sense that all these people are connecting Thrivecart with Zapier or Pabbly and then enrolling people in these other platforms. They're like, we can do that because they already had an affiliate management side. So the
Yes.
core architecture was there. And this has Thrive Learn for me is a really good lightweight LMS that most people who are new to course creation could definitely go get around with without needing all the extra bells and whistles.
The challenge with something like ThriveCard Learn Plus is that it does not include video hosting.
Yep.
And a lot of people who are building courses, that's one of the things that they have said to me is, "Oh, I thought it would have video hosting. I thought I could just upload my videos to it just like you would with New Zenler or Teachable." And it doesn't allow that. No, they want you to get your own video host. So you have to have your videos hosted somewhere else on the internet and then connect those into this. And that can be, that's also, a lot of people also like to build on WordPress. And you can definitely build a learning management system on WordPress. It's the same thing. You can build all that in there, but you've got to host your video somewhere. You don't want to put all those on your own server because then you're going to end up having, it's going to cost you a lot. Definitely look for other options.
Yep. And video hosting, I don't remember which episode we talked about this in, but or maybe Chris, you and I just talked offline about it. But there is a few, like I know Bunny is one,
Yes.
bunny.net, which provides super cheap video hosting, right? It's
Yeah.
hosted on their servers. You just get the embed code and put it in the player. So there are options. And most people that I've seen in big companies, you go to these big company pages, they always have YouTube videos embedded on their
Right.
pages. I've never seen anything else other than I haven't even seen Vimeo. I've seen YouTube only. And they don't even care about like the videos that show up when your YouTube video is over, like
Right.
suggested videos. They don't care about that.
To me,
It's
that's kind of lazy because it's so easy to take that kind of stuff out, right?
yeah,
But a lot of people, they don't. But yeah, see, and I think, to me, I think if you're gonna get into all of that, you have to be a little bit technical because you have to understand how to embed all the codes in that. But most people can learn that. But again, I just don't understand why not just get,
yep,
if you're gonna go ahead and pay for a course platform anyway, why not get one that includes the video hosting like Newszetler, Teachable, Thinkific, or Kajabi? They all include it.
yep,
So to me, that becomes one of those things I gotta have. The other thing I've gotta have is I've gotta have the ability to have affiliates to
yep,
where people can sell my stuff. I also want an email system built in. That's why when you start to look at all those things, it starts to narrow down what you get. And that's why we end up always going with News Zenler.
yep.
Not to beat that horse, but that's what we tend to go with. What else you got
Yes.
on it?
So you mentioned WordPress. There's Thrive Themes, which has its Thrive suite of products built for WordPress, right? They have Thrive Apprentice, and this thing has come leaps and bounds over anything else. And Thrive itself has API connections with almost every email marketing system that you can think of. So it has a built in email engine almost. And
Yes.
if not, you can bring in your own SMTP provider and they would integrate with that. But Thrive Apprentice is just, it's almost like one course platform we actually didn't add here. I'll add it now, but because I use this one too. But with Thrive Apprentice, there's just way too much you can do. I feel like you
It's
need
overwhelming.
someone. It is a little overwhelming because you could change literally every single thing on the student experience page. It's mind blowing and it handles like the whole user login page. You can change that. And they've built it so beautifully that I almost wanted to move to Thrive, but then I just didn't want it to get too technical. And not that it is. So if you're good at WordPress, you will get it. But I just didn't have time for that much customization.
Well, and I talk about that a bit here on Course Wizards is this idea that almost anything you could do yourself, right? You could do it on WordPress yourself. And I have over the years. Before I started using Teachable, before I started using Zenler, I did it myself on my own website. And what I found was while I could completely customize it and that was cool, it becomes a little bit of a headache to keep everything up to date. And all you have to do is have your theme get broken once because of an update or something else, or something becomes outdated and you want to change a look and you realize what a headache it is to have all of these things
Right.
under your control, right? It's sure nice to be able to know that, okay, this company that I'm paying for, and you're not paying a lot there, it's very affordable, that the company I'm paying for is taking care and making sure that site is always up, it's always up to date, it's working, and they're hosting the videos too, as we were saying earlier. And to
Yep.
me, that just makes it worth it.
Yep. So the one that I forgot to mention here was System.io. It's a French company. They have been doing an amazing job. I think if Newsletter has competition, they are definitely the competition. They use their own affiliate management system. So it's integrated with the platform and they
Yes.
use it for their own affiliates too. So drinking their own Kool-Aid instead of saying, here, use our software, but we are actually going to go use another software for our affiliate management. So, and they have everything. They just launched communities. They don't have an app yet, where Newsendler does have an app. So that's the one thing I would say about system. And they don't integrate with um, Zoom for webinars.
Don't integrate with Zoom?
They don't have the direct, like they don't have a webinar platform.
Okay. Okay. That is a big something, but I think that they probably will end up doing that eventually. So that's pretty cool. Okay, that's
I
systems.
don't know how to say it. System, a system with a E at the end.
How do you spell? Oh, system with an E. Okay. Very interesting. And then finally, we always like to say there's really no excuse for not creating a course today, because even if you don't want to jump into a platform, you can have an entire course just by email. We have taken courses that have been taught completely by email, where you just email your students the new course piece that day. You could host the video on YouTube. You could not have a video and just make
Yep.
it a written course. I've taken written courses before where it's just text that you read and answer things as you go through and that sort of thing. So there's really no excuse not to have a course today. If you want to teach something online, you can teach it online. And so I'm real briefly, will you just take us through to the things we talked about, and then we're going to wrap this one up.
Yep. We talked about picking a course platform. We talked about all the platforms. Obviously, make sure you have your why you want to do this, you have your course outline and all that fun stuff. Go listen to our first few episodes where we talk about how to create a course outline. Cast a wide net with blogging, whether it's blogging, YouTubing, hanging out, where your audience hangs out, which I gave you the example with Discord and what I was able to find for my course. And then have a community, whether it's Facebook, Slack, Discord, or any of these platforms that provide that community functionality, and then go rock it in 2023.
Rocket 2023. And those are the platforms we like and that we recommend. We believe you can do this. If you want to hear what kind of technical setup each of us use, next week we're going to be talking about my personal technological setup, what apps I use, what hardware I use, what software I use, that sort of thing. And then the week after that, we're going to talk about what Amit uses. And so this is going to be fun. These are always some of our most fun episodes that we have all year long. And we're so glad that you can join us. If you want to make sure you don't miss out on any, be sure to subscribe to the Course Wizards, whether you subscribe on your favorite podcast platform or on YouTube. We're so glad that you're here. Rate, review, subscribe, and share. And until next time, what do they need to do, Amit?
Keep creating. Bye
Bye.
bye.